As you said, babies, I would say anybody who's got an underlying health condition, vulnerable individuals older, so older than the age of 65, chronic illnesses as well. And when we say long-term conditions, I would even put neurological conditions such as Parkinson's or MS, where you're not having that much movement, because it's really difficult for you to thermoregulatorily know what's going on with your body when you have these conditions. I'd also put into that pregnant women at the moment, and also I would say sort of perimenopausal or postmenopausal women who are managing their symptoms, because we know that female bodies, they feel the heat differently to male bodies, and there's three reasons for that. One is we have higher fat deposits, so that's a regulatory body. Our thermoregulatory body as women is slightly different as well. And then finally, our hormones play a factor as well. So in the luteal phase, which is the middle part of your period, the progesterone spikes, and that also makes you feel warmer. So on top of that, if you've got a heat wave, obviously those individuals are going to be vulnerable, and we need to be really careful, especially at night time, as Alex was saying, because that's when you're going to struggle. People are going to find those difficult.
Also, some of the medicines that people are taking, you have to be very careful with as well, because they...
Yeah, the advice is try and keep your medicines at storage below 25 Celsius, but we know that other medications like insulin, some patches, some oral medications might need to be really carefully stored. So please do be aware of that, because you might forget that even your tablets or your patches might need to be kept at a certain temperature.
So you look after your tablets, but what about our babies, and what about our parents, and what about our kids at home? What can we do?
Vigilance. Please be vigilant. These are the individuals to really keep an eye on. Babies below 6 months, if you're breastfeeding or solely formula feeding, little and often throughout the day. Also for adults, if you're older as well and you're thinking, gosh, they are drinking, they don't look as if they're thirsty, I would still say keep up that fluid. That water bottle is going to be really handy throughout the day. If in babies who are older, so I would say your toddlers, etc., if you're trying to prompt them with water because they're playing about and they're active, fruit and veg laden with lots and lots of fluid in that. That would be your watermelons, that's going to be your spinach, that's as much as water stuff, grapes cut up for your children as well. And then the other thing I would say is let's just be really careful about pets at this time as well. We need to be making sure that they're kept indoors as much as possible, not taking them out for walks, because again, they're not going to be able to tell you. Because some of the things that we always forget is that we just think, oh, cracking a window open of the car and then going a quick, please do not do that. Be really careful with your little ones and your pets. Do not leave them in the car, because it can turn very quickly as the heat temperature goes up. And at night time, if you can, keep windows open, duvets away as well. And a fan, if you do have a fan in the house, with ice cubes in front of it, so that actually circulates the air. It's doing those sensible things, and we always think with mums with little prams out in the streets.
The covering.
Yeah, I remember lots of people used to do that.
Yes, until you actually told me about it. You don't do.
You don't. So we always think of towels or things like that, which will cover the pram because we're keeping our baby safe. Please don't do that, because that actually traps the heat. So anything with meshing on it is going to be far better. Or try not to go out in the hottest time of the day.
So Nigel, how do we spot heat exhaustion, heat stroke? What are the signs we should be looking out for? What do we do?
Simple rules. Heat exhaustion is the warning sign to heat stroke. So heat exhaustion, you're feeling dizzy, you're feeling lightheaded. Remember, as your body's trying to cool itself, the core blood pressure goes down. So you're feeling slightly unwell, stomach cramps, nausea. You might be feeling really hot at that time, but also you're slightly becoming confused. So heat exhaustion is the warning sign. And if anything progresses quickly, 999, it's ambulance. Heat stroke is an emergency situation. This person's confused, they're slurred, they're not able to orientate themselves. They might not necessarily feel hot when you look at them, and also they might be saying to you that they're quite dry with their mouth as well. But heat exhaustion is a medical emergency. You call 999. Please do not delay, because that is where people are really affected and become very, very sick, unfortunately.
And drink lots and lots of water, even if you're not thirsty. I saw it on your Instagram this morning.
Lots of water, sunscreen, hats, brim hats. Don't go out. I would even say, classrooms at the moment, offices, look at the temperature below 25 degrees as much as possible. We've got lots of things that we need to be aware of.
Vigilance.
So have fun in the sun, but be safe.
Nigel, thank you.